know, at Jax, we do a lot of charity surf camps for medically fragile, special needs, and at-risk youth. And so our instructors get a lot of opportunities to work with kids in those categories. In fact, this week was our first week of work. We had a surf camp with the Boys and Girls Club of Wilmington. So it was about 13 children from the Boys and Girls Club, and took them surfing for 4 days.
I first gained knowledge of it when I first came to work at the Community Boys and Girls Club in 2009. One of our directors at the time, David Branch, got the children involved, and it just seemed like something wonderful at the time because it opened them up to something new that they'd never done before. Because a lot of the children have never been exposed to the sport of surfing. They've seen it on television, they've heard about it, but to actually have the opportunity to get out there and experience it for themselves has been great for them. So when they came out here to do the surfing, they learned so much more, not just about themselves, but also about the environment. It's something that they don't get to see often. You're facing such challenges when they go to school. They're facing bullies. They're facing trying to keep from being initiated into gangs. And it weighs down on them heavy, and sometimes their self-esteem is just so low to them feel like, okay, I don't know if I can face this. But I have noticed that since they have been out here, in combination with what the club is teaching them and what they're learning out here surfing, they're able to walk with their shoulders a little bit higher.
Surfing has a lot of life lessons to it. You know, you have to paddle out and you have to kind of negotiate your way through the waves, oftentimes getting pushed back, and you have to kind of keep plugging away to get anywhere. It's a difficult sport to learn, and so it takes a lot of patience and a lot of perseverance. Fear plays a factor often. You kind of have to learn how to deal with that, deal with being a little nervous or fearful.
I think it gives them an opportunity they may have never had before in their life and may never have again except for these clinics. It shows them respect for the ocean. It gets them with less fear for the ocean. They feel comfortable in it. So, you know, if nothing else, it develops them a good, comfortable feeling with the ocean.
They have loved it. When they get on the van, that's all they talk about is their instructors. When they get back to the club and the fun that they had. And just to see how much this means to the instructors, because they're not just out here to be doing something. They seem to be having just as much fun as the children are. They don't treat them like a number, they treat them like a person.
Our instructors love working with these kids and love seeing them catch their first waves, and are real attentive to their needs and making sure they're safe and having fun. And sometimes it's not even surfing. Maybe they're hanging on to the front of the board and riding waves. Maybe they're just playing in the water. It's all new for those kids. And our instructors were really good about figuring out what those kids were enjoying and just going with it.
They're getting to a point where they're learning not to make what seems to be the obvious and easiest choice. They're learning how to face challenges. They want something that's a little bit tougher to face, a little bit harder to conquer.
I've had a bunch of kids who, you know, they start off, they can barely pop up on the board, and by the end of the week, we're pushing them into the waves and they're riding all the way in. We see them when they start, they're walking back up the beach slowly, they're tired, but by the end of it, when they've had a lot of success, they're running back up the beach, even after they've been out and exerted themselves even more.
It felt like you was flying. Like when you stand up and you go like that, it felt like you lighter. I want to surf every weekend.
Doing something that they're not comfortable with, and you know, maybe being afraid of doing it, but they still did it, and then they can apply that to other things in life, just going hard at everything all the way, 100%.
When it was a lot of waves, and it was a lot of waves coming after the wave, and I kept getting down, and after that, I got the hang of it, and I caught 3 waves, and I made it all the way to the shore. I get back up and do it again, and get back up and do it again, and try.
We have a lot of them out here that are T-ball players, and after coming out here, her confidence just rose. As with many of the kids, we've noticed a lot of the kids that play in other activities at the club have become so much more confident about themselves, the way that they carry themselves. There are a lot of them who may have walked with their shoulders down are now standing with more confidence because they feel they've accomplished something that a lot of the others in the club have not, or even those kids that they go to school with. So it gives them a sense of accomplishment, a sense of confidence, and just a sense of self-worth to know that if they can face these waves out here, that they can really just face anything.
With the ocean, every day is different, every wave, every set of waves is different. So you really learn how to kind of be flexible and how to kind of take what comes your way and deal with it and try to come out on top.
Allow your children to try different things because when they come to feel like they've conquered one thing, it may be something that helps them feel like they can conquer the world.
I don't know if they had a good time.
Yes!
I don't know if they're going to want to surf again.
Yes!
But we really enjoyed having them.